Hello, welcome to this video. I'm just going to give a kind of brief kind of overlook at some new Halo MCC news and Halo 3 ODST news, and a bit of info at the end. Just kind of going to try and keep it brief. A few of my thoughts in there. So first thing is that Halo 3 ODST is going to be added relatively soon, so maybe next month if everything goes well. Which will be quite cool because we've waited a long time for that game, and I'm really excited for it personally, as I just love ODST. It's got my favorite campaign. Can't wait for the firefight to be added. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm really excited for it, as you can tell. I also want to talk about Season 3. So with Season 3, that's also going to be added when ODST is added, and when Halo 4 is added, they're going to also try and get out a Season 4, that's what they plan. So that would be quite cool, seeing as we had to wait a while for Season 2, so I was expecting the same to be the case for Season 3, but I'm really happy that this is not the case. Then, in the season itself, we will see things like new visor colors, new nameplates, and new weapon skins. We don't know which game they're for, although I think they'll probably be for Halo 3, seeing as that's the most popular Halo. Or maybe it'll be for Halo 2, seeing as they did CE, so it would make sense to move up to Halo 2. Or maybe a mix of both. So I'm looking forward to finding out more info, seeing what's going to be in there. Whew, I can't wait. It's going to be great, and especially my little bit of news that you've probably heard at the end, but I'll give you my thoughts on that. I'll just exit the terminal. My next note, because I'm just looking at notes, so what's my next thing? We got nameplates, weapon skins, bicycles. Also, now they haven't said this, so this is just what I think, just to clarify. But I kind of think that they will add some Halo 3 ODST armor into the season, as we know they're going to add customizable options for that, since they're adding the firefight. So it would kind of make sense for me personally. I think it would kind of make sense for them to add it into the season as well, seeing as it's don't want to die here. Seeing as they did that with Halo Reach, so point is I wouldn't be surprised because they've done it before, and I personally wouldn't be too annoyed by that, as I kind of like it. Okay, looking at my notes, so yeah, possibly ODST armor. Another thing is that so there'll be a new season will bring new seasonal challenges to the table as well for people to earn, and maybe the ODST armor will be in that. Actually, now I'm talking about that, I kind of would prefer it to be in a challenge, seeing as then you have to. Well, technically, yes, you do still have to earn it in a season. You have to do something particular. I personally would like that more, but either way, I'm happy. Do so shit. Can I? Nope, I can't. Okay. So yeah, so in those challenges there could be possibly new armor, maybe some weapon skins like what they've done with CE in the current challenges. So we'll just wait and see. But that'll be quite cool. New challenges to do, new rewards to gain and earn. I'm all for that. But also with these new seasonal challenges being added, the current ones so will be rolled out. So if you have not earned those, try and earn those now. That's actually what I'm kind of doing by playing the campaign. Shit, wrong button. So yeah, that's the thing in challenges. So make sure you've earned the current ones if you are interested in getting those things. They did mention that they may add them back, but you know, we don't know when, don't know what you have to do to get them again, and you know that. So in my opinion, I think you're better off just earning them now if you do want them. Cool. Okay, now onto the flighting info, because you know there's always a flight with new Halo releases. So they said that they'll try and get flighting to work in the next 2 weeks, which will be exciting. So you know, maybe as soon as next week, maybe, not saying that it will be, but maybe as soon as next week, you know, we might be able to see some, you know, ODST on PC gameplay. I'm oh well. So yeah, we might be able to see some ODST. You know, people might be playing ODST on PC by the end of next week. Who knows? My next thing I want to mention is that the seasonal. How did I die? So the next thing I want to mention is that the not seasonal. The ODST weapons that you know weren't in Halo 3, such as the ODST Magnum, the ODST SMG or the SMG suppressor, and the Brute rifle, will be added to Halo 3. So which would be cool, you know, being able to go into Halo 3 multiplayer, and just you know, mowing people with that Magnum. I don't know. So yeah, I can't fucking play the game. So that's in terms of MCC news. That's what in terms of things relating to ODST and what I want to cover in this video. That's all the interesting stuff. There is a bit more info on like how they do things and all that stuff in the MCC monthly update. So make sure to check that out if you're interested in how they do things, or more specific info, or just more info that I forgot to cover in this video in general, because there probably is going to be some. Not gonna lie. So the next thing, because now we're going to get onto Halo Infinite, so some of the exciting news. So I'm not going to cover. I'm so bad. I'm not going to cover the the whole Infinite Q&A. There's a bunch of people have done that already. So you probably already know about that if you're watching this video. If not, then HiddenXperia has made a great video on it. I'll make sure to link that in the description below if you are interested. But yeah, I'm not actually going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what was leaked and then confirmed today about Halo Infinite relating to its multiplayer and performance. So, Halo Infinite will have a free-to-play multiplayer experience, which is just insane. I mean, of course, this has good things and it has bad things. So, what are the positives? Because, you know, positives are always much more fun to discuss. Positives are that, you know, it's going to be a huge Halo launch, because, you know, why wouldn't you check it out? It's like, it's going to be the first Halo launch on PC, to launch on PC at the same time as console, so that's why I'm not counting MCC or Halo 1 or 2. But, yeah, it'll be the first Halo to launch on PC at the same time as console, and the multiplayer is free to play, so why wouldn't you check it out? You know, it's just one of those things, as well as a huge community, which will be just insane. Just to think of how many people will be on this game. Oh my god, it's just so crazy. Even if it's mediocre, the population will be good. Of course, I'm not saying I want it to be mediocre. I'm not saying I necessarily think. Fuck, wrong button. I necessarily think it will be mediocre, but even if it is, the population will be big. Right, let's not die. I have not done this before, so if I fuck this up, that's why. Shit. Fuck. Okay. So yeah, the population will be huge. I mean, if they make Forge as well, which I'm I mean, of course, I do think custom games would be with multiplayer. That's free, because you know it is a component of it. I don't know about Forge. Maybe, maybe not. But if Forge is, you know, free as well, think of all the amazing new maps that like we wouldn't have even dreamed of being made, and like a whole new forging community, as well as like, you know, a whole new. Just imagine the amount of custom game lobbies that there would be. It would be insane. Like, oh my word, I'm still processing this. Like I was talking to my friends like half an hour ago, and yeah, I'm just still processing this. But yeah, it would be no, fuck. Just ignore that. So I'm going to get the skull. Yeah, so the community will be huge. Like, just hopefully if Forge is free, a bunch of new modes, a whole new custom games community, like everyone, you know, it's gonna be so big. As well, of course, a great competitive scene, seeing as I mean, you can check it out. So why wouldn't you? And people be getting into the competitive scene. I'm just gonna nope, wrong thing. I feel like I'm not even gonna get a score before this video is over. So oh my word, it'll be insane. Now, one thing that a lot of people are worrying about, which rightfully so, you know, microtransactions. Now, seeing as 343 recently, I feel they've been using MCC as a testing ground, which I think also stands true for free-to-play multiplayer. As when Reach came out, if you on Xbox, if you own the other Halo games, the Halo Reach multiplayer will be free to play. I know they did that to not split the player base, but I think it's still, maybe they were testing it out as well. You know, who knows? So Elika, who well, because Halo Infinite was being free to play, was leaked by Smith's Toys and a notable Halo leaker, and this leaker also said that there will be a battle pass system, which then again I think is being tested out a bit in MCC. Are you fucking kidding me? Shit! Fuck! I restarted the fucking level. Oh fuck! Fuck! I did this before. Oh, for fuck's sake! Fuck! Okay. Well, I mean, it was fun. I wasn't too fast for it. So going back to the Halo Infinite stuff, the notable Halo leaker said that there would be a battle pass, which then again has been tested out in MCC already, which I feel kind of adds more kind of fuel. It means that this is more likely to happen, and it's not just, you know, saying. I do feel like this is true. The fact that it will have a battle pass. So I think one way they could do the battle pass. So a lot of people are thinking. So of course, okay, this could mean that maybe the Halo leaker just means like a Halo MCC type battle pass. You know, where it's permanent, you don't have to pay for it. It's kind of what I'm hoping. But if they do have a traditional battle pass system, you know, where you get a few free things, but otherwise you have to pay for it. I think one way they could do it, which would also justify maybe getting people to try and buy the campaign, would be having, so, you know, traditional, so if you're playing the game for free, you have the traditional battle pass system, where you get a few free items, but otherwise you have to pay for the battle pass, and if you don't earn everything, you don't earn everything. But maybe for people who've paid for the game, they don't. So if you've bought the campaign, you don't have to pay for the Battle Pass is what I'm hoping. Because, you know, first off, that will incentivize people to buy the campaign, so I think that will be good on 343's part. But also, it will mean that, you know, if you did buy the campaign, you're not just kind of being forced to buy a bunch of stuff again. Like, you know, if you do want all that Halo content. I also think it would be kind of good, which I do hope is the case, and I do actually kind of think is a possibility, seeing as they've also done it with MCC. I think it's worked quite well. A lot of people have been very happy about this, myself included. Is that the Battle Pass won't go after a season; it'll be there for like forever. So maybe what they could do is they could do this anyway. So, you know, if you like, the Battle Pass will be there forever, and you can just buy it. Maybe like 2 seasons later, you can still buy the first Battle Pass. Or maybe what they could do, which I was thinking, is that maybe if you've, you know, either paid for the game or you paid for. So if you paid for the Battle Pass, whether that be you bought the campaign, or you generally went out of your way and bought that specific Battle Pass, maybe you get it forever. Seeing as I do personally think it's really annoying when you when you can't earn the stuff that you paid for anymore. It's just one of those things that bugs me. So I'd be very happy, and I do think it would be kind of cool if they did that. So, you know, I mean, I was watching Greenskull's video earlier on this topic, which then again I do think is really good, and you should definitely check it out. I'll also leave a link to that. But in his video, he discussed the whole idea of, so, you know, microtransactions are going to be a part of the game. It was always going to be a part of the game, and you have to accept that. But it shouldn't be a question of I'm annoyed because they're in the game, seeing as, you know, it was always going to be the game. But I think people more should be thinking, okay, how would I like microtransactions to be in the game? And then, of course, if they're not in the game, by that, you know, by the way that you want them to be in the game, of course, you know, you'd be annoyed. But the point is that then you'd be able to provide criticism. You'd be able to say, okay, I don't like this for X, Y, and Z, but I think it would be better if you did X, Y, and Z. And 343. Well, I have come to, while people have said, you know, that, oh, they don't listen. They do listen. They do listen to every one of us, and they try. So I do think you actually have a reasonable amount, like a reasonable chance of getting them to, you know, maybe listen, be like, oh, okay, hey, the community doesn't really like this, but they prefer it if we do this. So, you know, so I think it would be kind of good if you think about it in a way of how would I like to be in the game, and then maybe express that. So then they know, and, you know, there'll also be a discussion. It's always fun to have discussions about these things. So then they know, okay, how can we implement it in a way that the community wouldn't be too annoyed about? The way I personally be happy about it being added was what I said earlier about the whole kind of, maybe if you buy the campaign, you get all the, maybe not all the monetized stuff. Of course, they do have to make money from people who do buy the campaign. So maybe having a store with every now and then, maybe a few weapon skins, you know. But apart from that, like, people who buy the campaign would be able to wouldn't have to pay for, like, the battle pass system. I think that, like I said earlier, that's how I would be happy about it being added. But even still, I'm so stoked that it's free to play, as I do think that you know, there's a lot to be gained by it being free to play. The next thing I am going to discuss. By the way, I'm really sorry if I keep on losing my train of thought, because, you know, playing Halo, and I thought maybe it'd be interesting. But the next thing I want to discuss is the fact that you know, Halo Infinite's has been confirmed to also support up to 120 frames per second. Now I am a bit worried that that's going to mean on Xbox Series X maybe you'll have to have compromises. I hope not. Maybe, you know, that won't be the case. Hopefully. On PC, I can't imagine you would, if you can afford it. Maybe on your PC you might have to, but if you have a good enough PC, I can't imagine you'd have to have a compromise. But yeah, that's the other bit of Halo news, and that's gonna be all in terms of Halo news, although I am gonna try and get this skull by the end of the video. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. I understand that in terms of delivering the news, this may have not been the best, but I hope it was enjoyable to watch. And if you like this, just let me know. As I personally prefer doing these sort of videos, as I am not a huge fan of scripting stuff. But yeah, right. Let's try and get the skull. Shit! Fuck's sake! The wrong thing. Can't do anything. For fuck.